Gavin Newsom, who is calling on Democrats to embrace the radical communist Democrat Socialists of America that are seeking to destroy our country and have gained control or gained traction in major cities across all the United States. Family says, good point at left-wing riots. The police arrest the right-wing journalists. And it's still happening today. Let me see if I can play that video that I saw online. Now, this is AI, full disclosure, this is AI. And this post says, an accurate visual representation of modern Britain. Okay, so let's play this and then you just figure, this is what happens in Europe now.
Come with me, baby, let me touch you. Get the fuck away from her! Go back to your country!
Guilty, not guilty. He attacks the... So that's basically, look at her face. Okay, so that's what law enforcement has become in England. All right, and essentially people are beginning to see some of those signs in the United States. Okay, so let's move on. So Gavin Newsom has essentially made it possible for open air sex markets to exist in California. So let's watch this and we'll talk about it briefly.
The Figueroa corridor in Los Angeles. You're blaming Governor Newsom for a law back in 2022 decriminalizing loitering with intent to commit prostitution. So tell me, how bad has the situation gotten?
So okay, let's keep going. Sorry.
The situation right now actually is out of control. We spent a number of days and nights in the Figueroa corridor observing the scene. There were dozens of women scantily clad, walking down the street, openly soliciting for prostitution. You had Johns driving by, women entering their vehicles, and seemingly they had no fear at all of law enforcement. And in fact, in many instances, we saw police cruisers drive right by. And investigators told us that Newsom's law decriminalizing loitering with intent to commit prostitution has made it effectively impossible for them to disrupt this open-air sex market. And so what you see is the chaos of Newsom's policies on the streets every night.
Gavin Newsom, as far back as 2022, quietly, without any fanfare, decriminalized loitering with the intent to prostitute. Now, that sounds like a very innocent policy, all right? These are just young girls who don't have any future. Do you want to be racist? Because most of them are Hispanic. Are you racist? Why would you arrest them for simply loitering? They used that to cover up for the prostitution. So they said loitering. Oh, loitering with the intent of prostitution. Oh, no, it's loitering. Okay, that's not something you should be criminalizing and you shouldn't be arresting them. Are you racist? And then 4 years later, you have that mushroom into a situation where the place has become infested with prostitutes. All right. Hickok's family says, Gavin may be partaking. Well, allegedly, he may be partaking. Now, whenever you see these policies play out, let's see. This comment over here says, Newsom has inverted decency and every norm that made society function. Another commenter says, the war is not over there, it's here. Oh, sorry, the war is not over there, it's here. Near and real, the enemy within never has been real until today. Where you have people like Gavin Newsom putting up policies like this. And then this one tickled me. All right. This post says, California achieves the world's first crime rate of 0 after legalizing all crime. And that's where these kinds of policies go. Now, one of the things that is a mask-off moment for a lot of people, is this thing that's going on with the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America. They quietly insinuated themselves within the Democrat Party with the likes of AOC and Bernie Sanders. They all have these flowery promises that they make to the voters, and then eventually the true face of the DSA is showing up. Now, before I play the video that comes next, here's Gavin Newsom, who is calling on Democrats to embrace the radical communist Democrat Socialists of America that are seeking to destroy our country and have gained control or gained traction in major cities across all the United States. Let's listen to Gavin Newsom.
You know, when I ran for mayor, just for what it's worth, I ran against a member of the Green Party, which was, you know, had aspects of the DSA that we know it today. There's so many aspects of the debates and arguments today that are just deeply familiar, and I think it's a very healthy thing. I'm one of those Democrats that deeply believes in addition, not division. And so I want a Big Ten party. I want to win.
So essentially, he's welcoming the DSA in. He doesn't need to welcome them. They're there already. All right, they're in. So he's only towing the party line because he wants their votes for 2028. That's why they're all the. You have Kamala Harris kowtowing now to the DSA. You have all of the, the Democrat leadership kowtowing to the DSA. Hakeem Jeffries was told 2 weeks ago, "You're next," because they essentially are threatening him now of primarying him. Of course, Chuck Schumer is not long for, staying in office, because they're going to be primarying all these people out, replacing them with extremists.
CrossroadsIRL.com